I have a 1942, as best we can tell, Ford 9N or possibly a 2N tractor. Well, I'm not exactly sure. There isn't any casting numbers. There was a casting number on the head that did indicate 1942, but the block has been changed. And one of the lead descriptors on it was the hubs, which I found were more towards the 2N side. My uncle actually picked this up for me as a project from a family friend who has a farm close by. It wasn't terrible. It had good bones, but definitely need to this level of restoration. It needed quite a bit of work. Oh, it was dismantled almost down to the last bolt. Sent everything out, sandblasted, prepped it, painted it, reassembled it. But first we made sure it was running before we did that. Primarily, it's a parade princess. So my son calls it the 1,000-pound paperweight.
Well, I like that I get the opportunity to like pull it around in parades and get pull around the cheerleaders with it. I helped him with like little bits and pieces of the restoration process on it. I helped him with like hanging the parts outside for prepping it for like painting and whatnot. I mean, it's kind of another type of atmosphere, like getting to drive them around just because they're so like rowdy and cheering on it. Yeah, just fun.
Procuring parts. There was a company in just outside of Spokane called Draper Tractor Parts, which has now gone out of business here last year, unfortunately. But they were a great resource for getting the parts for it. Just little stuff, the stuff you really wouldn't pay a lot of attention to, clamps and brackets, to try to keep it as original as you could. Just something as simple as the wiring brackets or the clamps for the radiator hoses, you know, to keep it, you know, Ford original. The hood to this isn't original. A friend of mine down the street had one with the Ford and Boss logo, which I was looking for. So I talked him out of it. It was awfully tough getting it from him, but he finally let it go. He said, well, what are you going to do with it? I said, well, I'm going to put it on the tractor. He says, well, what are you going to do with the tractor? I said, well, the tractor is going to Shane. I said, it's never going to be gone in my lifetime, so you don't have to. Well, okay then. So I got the hood, and actually he got me the headlights too, and the brackets, which this didn't have initially. Okay. So, and I think he got me the grill too, because the grill was in nicer shape. The tractor originally had the heavy front bumper on it, which we still have, but it was pretty banged up. I took a 20-pound sledge to it and straightened it and bonded it up and put it up in the loft in case we ever wanted to put on. But I think it looks nicer without that grill on there.